Long ago, in the glorious kingdom of Vijayanagara, Tenali Raman was known not only for his intelligence, but also for his kindness. One bright morning, the streets near the royal palace were crowded with merchants, travellers and villagers. People were busy buying and selling goods. Children laughed and played in the marketplace. Among the crowd wandered a tiny puppy. It looked weak and hungry. Its fur was covered in dust and its ribs could be seen through its thin body. The poor puppy had not eaten properly for several days. It walked from person to person, hoping someone would help, but nobody paid attention. Some people chased it away, others simply ignored it. The little puppy's eyes filled with sadness. Just then, Tenali Raman happened to pass through the marketplace. As he walked by, he noticed the puppy sitting alone beneath a cart. The puppy looked up at him with tired eyes. Tenali stopped immediately. He felt sorry for the helpless creature. "My little friend," he said softly, "you must be very hungry." Tenali went to a nearby food stall and bought some milk and bread. He placed the food in front of the puppy. The puppy eagerly began eating. Within minutes, every crumb was gone. When it finished, it wagged its tail happily and looked at Tenali with gratitude. Tenali smiled. "From today onward, you won't be alone. Come with me." And so he took the puppy home. Days passed. The puppy quickly became healthy and strong. Its fur became shiny. Its eyes sparkled with energy. Wherever Tenali went, the puppy followed. The two became inseparable friends. Tenali's wife also cared for the puppy and treated it like a member of the family. Soon everyone in the neighbourhood knew the cheerful little dog. One day, troubling news spread throughout Vijayanagara. Rumours said that a dangerous group of thieves had entered the city. The thieves were known for stealing treasure from wealthy homes and royal palaces. When King Krishnadeva Raya heard the news, he immediately ordered the palace guards to increase security. "Keep watch day and night," commanded the king. "Do not allow any suspicious person near the palace." The guards obeyed and became extra vigilant. Meanwhile, the thieves secretly studied the palace. During the day, they disguised themselves as ordinary travellers. At night, they observed the guards and searched for weaknesses.
After several days, they created a plan. On a dark and cloudy night, they would sneak into the palace and steal valuable jewels from the royal treasury. Confident in their scheme, the thieves waited for the perfect moment. That night, thick clouds covered the moon. The city was unusually quiet. Most people were asleep. The thieves silently approached the palace walls. They carried ropes and climbing hooks. Everything seemed to be going according to plan. At that very moment, Tenali Raman's puppy suddenly woke up. It stood near the doorway and sniffed the air. Something felt wrong. The puppy became restless. Then it began barking loudly. "Bark, bark, bark!" Tenali, who had been sleeping peacefully, woke up. He stepped outside and looked around. "What is it, my friend?" he asked. But the puppy kept barking and staring toward the palace. Tenali noticed that the dog seemed unusually alarmed. The puppy then ran a few steps toward the palace and looked back at him. It was almost as if it was trying to tell him something. Tenali trusted the puppy. He quickly put on his robe and followed it. Together, they hurried toward the palace. As they approached, Tenali noticed shadows moving near the outer wall. He carefully hid behind a tree and watched. To his surprise, several thieves were attempting to climb into the palace. Tenali immediately understood the danger. Instead of confronting the thieves directly, he came up with a clever plan. He quietly ran to the nearest guard. "Listen carefully," he whispered. "Do not attack yet. First, close every gate of the palace. Make sure nobody can escape." The guard trusted Tenali and followed his instructions. Within minutes, palace gates were locked. Additional guards were called to their positions. Then Tenali ordered the palace alarm bell to be rung. Clang! 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 The loud bell echoed across the kingdom.
Guards rushed from every direction. The thieves froze in shock. Their secret mission had been discovered. They tried to run, but every exit had already been sealed. Within moments, the guards surrounded them. The thieves were captured without a fight. The royal treasury was safe. The next morning, the entire palace buzzed with excitement. King Krishnadeva Raya held a special court session. The captured thieves stood before him in chains. The king turned toward Tenali Raman. "Tenali," he said, "once again you have protected the kingdom. But tell me, how did you discover the thieves?" Tenali smiled. "Your Majesty, I did not discover them." The court fell silent. The king looked puzzled. "Then who did?" Tenali pointed toward the little puppy sitting beside him. "My friend here." The entire court burst into surprise. Tenali explained everything that had happened. He told them how the puppy sensed danger and woke him up. The ministers listened in amazement. The king looked at the puppy and laughed warmly. "This tiny creature has done a great service for the kingdom. Bravery and loyalty deserve recognition, no matter how small the hero." The king ordered a beautiful silver collar to be brought. On the collar were engraved the words, "Royal Guardian of Vijayanagara." The collar was placed around the puppy's neck. The court erupted in applause. The puppy wagged its tail proudly. From that day onward, the puppy became famous throughout Vijayanagara. Children loved it. Villagers greeted it wherever it went. Even the palace guards treated it with great respect. And whenever anyone asked Tenali Raman about the brave little dog, he would smile and say, "Kindness is never wasted. A small act of compassion can return as a great blessing." The puppy barked happily beside him, as if it agreed. And so the loyal little dog and the wise Tenali Raman continued their adventures together, bringing joy and safety to the kingdom.